Yes, sir.
So, I know that you wanted to stay as... Hi. I know you wanted to stay as true as possible to the color scheme of the book. How difficult was it to create a character like Dr. Manhattan and then put it against that color scheme, kind of that background, and not have it look really like...
No, I mean that was the evolution. I mean we got a sense of how it would work with building the light suit on the day, because you had a big blue light in the scene, right? So we had endeavored to create like a frame that without Manhattan, and then we put him in the light suit in anyway. You get a sense of how it's going to be, and I feel like, I mean, we all were under that same pressure to make sure he looked awesome, but I feel like we all had this idea of what the end result would be and the level of detail that we wanted to achieve, and I feel like that's the thing that, as soon as something that's CG and completely out of this world is living and breathing inside the scene with the people, it sort of then that's where it gets its strength from, I think.
At what point did you reveal to Billy that he'd be in the light suit?
He had gotten the job already, and he said, "So when will I put my blue costume on?" And I said, "Yeah, you know, I have a cooler thing for you to wear." I kind of vaguely explained it to him. It's a good, you should have him tell it, because it's pretty funny the way he tells it. Because I kind of, in the first meetings, I said, "Hey, it's going to be cool. We're going to, you know, sort of mocap you on the day. It's going to be, yeah." And so he'd say, "Oh, okay, that sounds cool, I guess." And then we showed up with the outfit. He's like, "Oh, okay, nice. Nice, I'm just dork." But he's a good sport.
Eager fan in the back. You get a shout.
Other than the fact that it's technologically possible, why did you want to tell this story at this time?
Other than the fact that you could, why did you want to tell this story? Yeah.
You know, the why of the graphic novel coming to me was that I had read the graphic novel. I was familiar with it. I didn't necessarily want to make it into a movie. When I first read it, I definitely didn't want to make it into a movie. And at the time, I wanted to make everything into a movie. I was in film school. I wanted to make I'd be like, "Look at this! This is like a bazooka bubblegum wrapper. I can make this into a movie." And I made this cereal today. This is gonna be a cool movie. And I couldn't stop myself. But strangely, I read Watchmen, and I put it down. I was like, "Okay, that was cool. That was awesome." Maybe because it scared me, I was like, no, I don't think it could be a movie. You know? And so, you know, cut to many years later, I get a call from the studio, and, you know, God bless them, they call me and they go, "We have a script called Watchmen. We believe it's based on a graphic novel." And I was like, "Really? Okay. Yeah, it is. It is based on a graphic novel." "Really? Okay, well anyway, the script is really interesting. You should read it." I was like, "Okay, send it over and we'll talk about it." And so at the time, my wife and I, Debbie, who's right over there, yay, Debbie! She's my producer, so it was actually her idea to make the movie. You know, we just talked about whether it was, I mean, it seemed like a really giant and impossible thing, but we just felt like, part of me just said, "Look, if I fuck this up, I fuck it up, you know? If I don't do it and someone else fucks it up, it's still my fault, right? Like I can't get away from that. Now they've done it, right? If they hadn't called, I'd be fine. I would have just said, "Oh, that's great, he's doing a movie. Good luck." But I think that and I think once actually we sort of accepted the fact that we were going to make it, then it really just came about doing it right, as right as we could. You know, that's how, I mean, these guys are all fans of the graphic novel. He's a fan of the graphic novel. They're all fans of the graphic novel. I mean, we just, you know, it just was a thing that we just wanted to, you know, and whether I made the movie for like, you know, geekdom or not, you know, I don't know. I made the movie because I wanted it to feel like how I felt when I read it. And so, like, a lot of people say, like, "Oh, I've never read the graphic novel." Will I get the movie? I'm like, "Well, just pay attention. Just watch it carefully." It's not explained.
And then watch it again, and then tell your
Yeah.
friends to go, and then buy it on video.
But I guess that's my, so, like the whole, was it possible to make? Probably not. But we did it anyway, and I think it's alright. I think it's kind of cool.
Watchmen is such a long